Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to In the Studio. I'm back at it again. You know, it's been a hot minute since I've been on an episode. I wasn't able to make it to the last one, but don't worry. I'm here with my, co-host for this episode. I've got Audrey. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, so my name's Audrey. I'm a sophomore here. I'm in video too. And yeah,
Is there anything else that you do outside of video stuff?
so I'm also in speech and debate. I do public forum debate with my friend Arnaz. I do that, and then I also volunteer over at the community center. That's pretty much all I do.
All right. Well, that's still really cool. I mean, I did theater for a bit, but I kind of made my way towards VidPro. You'll probably stick with speech and debate, I presume. It seems like you're pretty into it.
Yeah.
So the reason why I'm joined here by Audrey today is because my original co-host, Violet, unfortunately departed from the podcast a couple weeks ago. She just wanted to take a step down. There's just one too many things going on. There's obviously a lot going on in the program as a whole. So I understand, Violet, and let's be respectful about it. So we're going to have Audrey join us today, and maybe we'll have some other people join in, but we'll see if Audrey likes the podcast or not.
Yeah.
So today we're going to be talking about the VidPro community and the stuff that we do outside of class rather than the work that you see on the screens, like the announcements and our outside filmings and all those things like that. So this year we've been really putting a lot more effort towards being a community. Like last year there was a huge lack of I would say bridge between the periods. There was a huge divide between second and sixth period, which I guess I can kind of start talking about the way this is all kind of gone in past. So actually when VidPro first started, there wasn't 2 class periods because we only had 6 periods in school because we were normal at one point. And with that, we only had 1 period of advanced, and that was second period advanced video. So we've literally had 24 kids in all of our advanced together. But then obviously when we built the new school, we ended up gaining a couple more intro periods and a couple more, and 1 more advanced period. So that divide kind of started there. Pre-COVID, VidPro in this school has kind of been lost to time. So who knows, maybe they were all having parties every weekend or whatever, and they were all partying it up. But I do know that post-COVID VidPro, with Abe and Logan and all those people, we had Arpad, who he's still here volunteering in the pack pretty much, I think daily still.
Yeah.
So he's been putting in lots of effort even post-graduation. But Arpad here, he would host a handful of VidPro parties and do stuff like that and do that kind of for the VidPro community and stuff, things like that. Which kind of leads us to where we are today, which when Arpad graduated last year, that kind of void kind of reappeared. Hey guys, quiet it down in there. We're filming a podcast. Sorry, what was I saying? That void was kind of created when Arpad graduated and no one really filled it in. So last year there was just a lot of lack of stuff to do. I really wanted to host a VidPro party, an end of the year one really bad, but never ended up doing it. That's kind of a big mistake.
Yeah.
But this year we've done a lot of stuff. And Audrey, would you like to just talk about the benefits, the perks of being in a community that's obviously a lot more built together?
Yeah, definitely. I think being in a community like VidPro, it's just it really gives you a place to go when you feel when you feel like you don't really fit into the school, you just go to school to go to school. You don't really do anything else. I think having a community like VidPro, it kind of gives coming to school a purpose, or at least that's how it feels for me. But I mean, there's so many benefits of it. You gain so many friends, and you gain a lot of experience, definitely, that you can't really get elsewhere. And just the sense of community, I think it's just, I think it makes the high school experience, a lot better. Personally.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's obviously a lot of other programs like that too. I know I've been going and checking out a lot more clubs stuff this year. I've been trying to understand it a lot better. I went in and I sat in on robotics and a couple other groups, and that's kind of how it is with a lot of programs around the school where it's every place is just a place for someone to fit in.
Mhm.
Like theater is like obviously like a place for like a lot of extroverted people to go into,
Mhm.
and I assume like speech and debate
Yeah,
too, because you
definitely.
get to, public speaking
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But then there's obviously communities like robotics and
Mhm.
VidPro where like you kind of work more closely with a group rather than like other communities like that where it's like in drama, you've got 50 people
Mhm.
working together in one rehearsal. But like in VidPro, you're working with your announcements group of 8 people,
Yeah.
where it's like it's a lot more closed and like that. So VidPro is obviously a lot more of like a welcoming space for people who are introverted like that.
Yeah.
And you are in speech and debate. So
I am.
what is the community kind of like that in like that
Mhm.
community?
Yeah, I'd say the community, it's really similar to VidPro. Like, I mean, we see each other pretty much every weekend for tournaments, so we get really close through that. And you kind of find like your people, because there are a lot of people in speech and debate, but like within that community, you kind of find your people, and like you kind of just get to be in that community. And then also, we also have like functions, you'd say, like on
Yeah.
on Friday, we're having like a Christmas party, and I know that like in the past they've done end of year parties and they've done all that stuff. So it's really similar to VidPro in the way the community is kind of built.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like VidPro this year has already been doing like a lot. Sorry, I need this for myself. I'm a little quiet. I feel. Like this year, VidPro has obviously been like doing like a lot better with like stuff going on. Like I've kind of like taken maybe I need to be a bit quieter. I've taken like the step up, I guess, of where you could say like what RPAD left behind. I
Hmm.
guess where it's like obviously I'd love to have other people hosting other stuff for VidPro, so it's like I don't have to carry all the weight.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, the image just appeared in my head. What's the name in Greek mythology where he's like carrying the
Oh,
giant
yeah.
the giant rock up the mountain? That's literally
Hmm.
me in hosting functions. It's always been like that with like
Yeah.
my friend groups and stuff too.
Hmm.
But obviously like that gap is kind of like I can feel it starting to like close, and I feel
Hmm.
like Friendsgiving, like not everyone was there,
Hmm.
but I feel like that really like kind of started with helping like everyone feel more included. Like we had people from both class periods
Hmm.
at Friendsgiving. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I didn't go over Friendsgiving, but Friendsgiving was something I hosted, and it's I mean, what it was supposed to be. It's a Friendsgiving. It's everyone gets together, everyone brings food, everyone has fun, and it's just a great little event for everyone to partake in, I guess you
Hmm.
could say. And everyone got to communicate. Riley boxed someone. That was crazy. You should have been there. it was wild.
I'm
It
missing out.
You really are, dude. That was so funny, and we were doing races on Vespas.
Oh.
It was great. I have like these like my little siblings have like Vespas, and we were like racing around on them, and yeah, obviously Riley is Riley, so he'll always
Yeah.
make functions a lot more fun to be at. But it was a really good turnout too. Like everyone
Hmm.
brought food. Like it was a grand feast.
Yeah.
Riley brought ham. He actually didn't cook it, so he had to cook it in my oven, but that's okay. It was still fun. So I feel like events like that have
Hmm.
really been like building us together, like as like a community.
Yeah.
I feel like I need to find a new word. Like I keep saying community, but I got this. I got this. Like it is just feel like really like closing the gap, and it's
Hmm.
like really. I think Friendsgiving is kind of like the start of something bigger.
Yeah.
Me, Jordan, and Riley are already planning like another party to happen,
Hmm.
kind of like around, I think early January, because
Oh, yeah.
everyone's always booked during the holiday
Hmm.
seasons, and we're really planning on. It was supposed to be like a holiday party, kind of
Yeah.
like speech and debate is doing, but we are doing more of like a just I think we're calling it like a New Year's party
Oh, yeah.
because it's like a couple of days after New Year's,
Hmm.
but we're gonna start sending out stuff for that too, and hopefully more people will show up because
Yeah.
like dude, Friendsgiving was so lit. It was so much fun. I'll have so much fun at the Thanksgiving party.
Yeah.
Um. Oh, and we're doing Secret Santa this year too, so
Yeah.
I guess that's kind of like filling in like the gap of
Hmm.
like not having the holiday. Did you want to talk about Secret Santa a little bit?
Yeah, definitely. So, we are doing a Secret Santa. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. You just
Yeah.
get a person, you get them a gift. But I feel like that kind of helps you to like meet new people because you don't know who you're gonna get. Like, you could get someone you're already friends with. You could get someone you've never met before, and I feel like that really helps you just like get to know these people and like see, oh, like here's what these people like. And then also we're having like the little party during power hour with Hot Dog Rick. So
Oh, dude, it's gonna be so awesome.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so lit.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's another thing that I forgot to think about. But yeah, that'll be a lot more fun. Like last year we didn't really do any like parties or stuff during class, but this year like we already took a class to like sit down and watch people's like stuff that they've made.
Yeah.
Your film was really good by the way. I really liked what you guys made. I thought it was actually really good for like
Oh,
like I said in your project. I was
Mhm.
impressed.
thank you.
But like we didn't do that a lot last year. We did that at
Mhm.
the end of the year. Like Hag always does that with seniors. Like
Yeah.
like at the end of the year he plays their Who Am I's just to like make fun of them. It's always fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, we did that with like second year Who Am I's and just I think we did with STN too, and
Yeah.
it was just a lot of fun. And then we're obviously doing our VidPro Christmas party
Mm-hmm.
soon, which will obviously just be an event where like hey, we're not even working on announcements or
Yeah.
anything. Like no one's got any issues. We're just gonna hang out and have fun.
Yeah.
And then kind of like relating back to the Secret Santa thing we were talking about, there's obviously a lot of other communities that like do Secret Santa. Like I know leadership does it with all their different class periods, and this we should do
Yeah,
it.
we're doing one.
You're doing one too. So for where I'm at, I'm like, oh god, I'm like doing like 5 Secret Santas at the same
Yeah.
time. I'm like I should have turned one down. Oh god, this is a nightmare.
Yeah.
But so Secret Santa is always just like a lot of fun because you
Yeah.
get to. I agree with what you're saying with like
Mhm.
just like meeting new people and doing stuff like that. And I forgot to mention this earlier, but there's always people like McKenna.
Mhm.
I think it all started out with Logan Edwards a couple years ago when
Mhm.
he was a 4th year. So like when you were in 8th grade, when I was a freshman, when you were in 8th grade, we had Logan Edwards. He was a 4th year. He kind of started what I like to call being a 5th year.
Mhm.
Hag doesn't like me calling it that, but I think it's funny because like I'm a 5th year.
Yeah.
It's like what? But for me, like being a 5th year is kind of like getting to be in both of those advanced periods. It's those
Yeah.
people who have 3 periods of
Mhm.
VidPro where they're in 2nd period advanced, 6th period advanced, and they're in a Vocleadum, the back room, right?
Yeah.
Where we are right now.
Mhm.
And their kind of whole job is to like fill that gap
Mhm.
between those class periods, which is obviously been a lot of help since obviously Logan was the first one, and
Mhm.
you know Logan's great, but I'm pretty sure I've heard through the grapevine that Logan kind of struggled a little bit with like communication and stuff like
Yeah.
that, especially like with announcements work and with
Mhm.
class periods. But McKenna's been doing a really good job this year with delivering information, and Rylan was doing a really great job last year of keeping everyone in the loop between class periods and things like that. So even though we didn't have like parties necessarily
Mhm.
last year, we still had people like Rylan who were in both class periods, and Braden. Braden was in both class periods
Mhm.
too, just kind of keeping us all informed of things.
Yeah.
And then what else are we gonna talk about? Let's see. Debate. Hollywood. Oh yeah.
Mhm.
So Audrey here was gonna go to Hollywood, but unfortunately we had a lot of people who wanted to go. So you were one of the 2 people who got
Yeah.
cut from the trip.
Mhm.
Audrey and Spencer, poor souls, but it's okay. You got next year. Hollywood's always so much fun. It's so lit.
Yeah.
Which is what's really cool about Hollywood is that it's always well. Obviously, VidPro's been doing Hollywood for like a long time. I think we've been doing it since like for like 20 years or
Of
something
course.
now. Like it's so old and like
Yeah.
poor Mr. Hag's been like doing the same thing every year.
Yeah.
Like when you go to Hollywood next year, like you'll see Mr. Hag is like we go to Disneyland for a day,
Mhm.
like in the trip, and Hag said that like back in the day, like he used to go around on all the rides with
Yeah.
the students and stuff, but like now he's like an old man. He's done it like 20 times now, so he just like sits down in the middle of the park and just like hangs out, and that's all he does. But like Hollywood is a really good experience for like giving everyone like put together like as a group and as like as a community. At least last year when I went to Hollywood, it was a lot of fun because Mr. Hag actually let us like all hang out in one hotel room. So
Yeah.
obviously everyone's split up in different hotel rooms in the hotel. And Kendall last year, rest in peace, she moved to Montana. She Kendall's room, I think it was like her, Elizabeth. I can't remember who was all in that room, but we would all hang out in her room. You know, we would have pizza in Mr. Hag's room.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. We would all just hang out in there, and you know, obviously we're outside of class. We would gossip a little bit. It's just, we're teens, so what? All right, leave us alone. What are they looking at? Hi guys. No, we're not done. No. What was it about? So we all got to like hang out, and obviously like that bonding of like going through like all the different like industry experiences and stuff like that, and yeah, just
Yeah.
just stuff like that. Just like going to Universal and
Mhm.
going on all the rides together and
Mhm.
just hanging, just as I was saying, like just simply hanging out in
Mhm.
people's hotel rooms and just
Yeah.
chatting. Like it all builds a better community. Hey, Riley, is that camera still rolling? Okay, good. Okay, well, I'm pretty sure that's actually all that we had to talk about. Oh no, we're gonna talk about going forward as like a
Mhm.
community. So like Audrey, like what? So obviously I've been like talking a lot here, but like what? Like based off like all the stuff I've been saying, like what do you think is like a good solution for like going forward and like more stuff that we can
Yeah.
do as a community?
I mean, I feel like we definitely like, keep going with what we've been doing, like the stuff we talked about today, Friendsgiving, all that stuff. And I think that's all good. And just like kind of keeping the aspect of like, yeah, this is a class, like you have a grade in this class, but like kind of keeping it as like you're kind of just like hanging out with like-minded people. They're like your friends. And just like I think keeping that aspect of it going forward, I think that would be really great and would like help
Mhm.
build the community.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, as I've said like a billion times now, like obviously like this is kind of like I think it's like it's exponential. I feel like where it's like we started out with like the two class periods where we're kind of like
Mhm.
here, but like now like we had RPAD kind of put us up here, and now we're like now we're going up. I think that this is the start of something great, and I think
Mhm.
that's where we will leave off this episode for today. And I forgot to explain to you what we do at the end of the episode.
Oh.
So wait, did you watch the end of the episode I showed you?
I just watched the
So what we
beginning.
do is that we play the music and then it's like dun 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 dun, and then we do finger guns
Okay.
at the center first camera, and then like we freeze frame it at the end, and it's so much fun. So here
Alright.
I will. What the heck? I'll roll the I'll roll the music here. So when it like brum, brum, we'll do finger guns.
Alright.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Whatever. It's fine. It's fine.